There's a holy rush around us, we see glory in His face. Surely the presence of joy is in this place. Surely the presence of peace is in this place. I can feel its loving power and its grace. There's a holy truth within us that no error can replace. Surely the presence of peace is in this place. Surely the presence of love is in this place. I can feel its tender power and its grace. There's a holy glow within us that nothing can erase. Surely the presence of love is in this place. Today I'm going to talk a lot about light. And this presence, the presence of Spirit, the presence of God that is within this room, within each life, perhaps can manifest itself as maybe just even a small little candlelight, just a little spark. Have you ever noticed when you walk in a room and people are talking about maybe politics or war or COVID or drought, and it's yabba, 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 gloom and doom, gloom and doom. Somebody will have a little spark of something caring, loving, light. Maybe it's joy, maybe it's a little humor, something that makes that darkness diminish. That little spark of light, that's the presence. And we all have an opportunity to share that presence that's within us. Each one of us have an opportunity every day, lots and lots of times, to share that, if nothing else, in that little light of humor or compassion or caring or just a smile. It's worth its weight in gold. And so it is.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, today instead of prose, you're going to get a poem. It's called Brilliantly Dusted. We arrive graced, brilliantly dusted from another space. Baby eyes shine recall, but in this realm, vision grows small. Memory of origin starts to erase. We strike up religions to light up this place. Praying with candles, we seek to adjust, knowing someday we all will be dust. Particles of power will glow in the dark, making light brighter, refractions flow out. Together we'll rotate, spinning within, dusted with brilliance, we'll roam once again.
Kelly, thank you. How many think that was a lovely poem? Yeah. Tell you something about that poem. That poem was written by Carol Lee Kelly herself. And Carol has always been, for the last 22 years I've been around, an inspiration. And she gave me her last book. She has published books, at least 3. I have 3 different ones, maybe more. And this was the last one. It's called Welcome. It's from Author House. Kelly can tell you how to get it, but I don't know how much it costs, but whatever it is, it's way worth it. And talk to Kelly, she could turn you on to where you can get this. She's such a fountain of wisdom and beauty. So Kelly, thank you very much. She's sitting back there, well, he shut up. Yeah, I know her pretty well. Good morning.
Good morning.
We have rain finally. I just went out this morning at 4 o'clock and just started running around naked in the front yard hollering, the drought is over! The drought is over! Anyway, maybe not. We had a beautiful music service last week. Thanks all of you to however you participated. If you performed, if you listened, if you even just felt it. Thank you. It was really nice. Michael, thank you very much. And Michael did some beautiful prelude music this morning as well. So we are so gifted to have, there's not many of us, but we've got enough human resource to do anything that ever needs done. It's just amazing sometimes. Thursday, spiritual book study group. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Good.
It's a week from this Thursday, and I don't know the date, but it's a week from Thursday.
A week from Thursday. Okay, that'd probably be
29th.
Is it? Thanks.
No, that's Thursday. Is the 29th. Oh, wait, no, a week from Thursday is the 29th. Wow.
Just got yourself a week.
Time flies, sometimes not as fast as we think. All right, the 29th. Next Saturday night, you should all come. Debbie's band is going to play More Joy, 5 to 7, free concert. Bring snacks. Kernel in a crate. What is it? Hummus casserole? Yeah, that's it. Just whatever you want to bring. Beer, wine, grape knee-high, whatever. We have soft drinks, we have waters, and we have popcorn. So come and enjoy this band, More Joy. I watched them do a show. I've watched their videos. Their harmonies are just up the charts, and they're just so good, and they're so personable, and they're just great ladies. You will enjoy it, I promise you, and I will put that in writing. And it's a free concert, but if you don't enjoy it, let me know and I'll give you your money back. Okay? That's Saturday. Sunday, not only will Debbie be coming back to play piano for us Sunday, Sylvan, who played the violin last week, his wife is a minister. Her name is Julie Miller. I've been trying for 2 years to get her to be a guest speaker. She's going to do it next week. I'm not sure what her topic is, but she will be here. And she's a great speaker and a great lady and so personable and just, and it's potluck too. So next weekend is just going to be a fun weekend. And it's not going to be hot, and just come to Church of the Oaks and spend the weekend. You can camp out if you want. Well, you can bring a pillow and stuff and a blanket and just hang out in the hall if you want overnight. So I've got to watch how loud I say that. we can open ourselves. Anyway, I think, any other announcements?
Oh, Pat,
Yes.
before cabaret, we need help setting up tables.
Oh,
Saturday
yes.
morning.
9:30 Saturday morning would be a great time if I could get some volunteers to come in and set up tables. 9:30. And Sabrina, remember when I asked you, I told you I had something to say? It's Banner Day. Okay. So anything else? Thank you for reminding me, Janet. Anything else? All right. Let's stand up and sing the great song, Open My Eyes That I Might See.
Open my eyes that I may see glimpses of truth that has for me. Place in my hands a wonderful key that shall advance and set me free. Silently now I wait for thee. Ready, my God, I will to see. Open my eyes, alone in thee, Spirit divine. Open my ears that I may hear voices of truth that stand is clear. And on the way that's all I hear, everything false will disappear. Silently now I wait for thee. Ready, my God, I want to see. Open my ears, illumine me, Spirit divine. Open my mouth that eyes may hear, clearly the warm truth everywhere. Open my heart and let me prepare. Love with thy children, rest is sure. Silently now I wait for thee. Ready, my God, thy love to see. Open my heart, illumine me, Spirit divine.
And now is the time when we may share ourselves with each other and welcome each other in our traditional Church of the Oaks fashion.
Gotta play through this once before we sing it. Yes.
I just was going through and it just had fantastic
Yeah.
lyrics.
I like it.
And it was slow, it's all quarter notes, not 8th and 16th notes, and I thought, that'd be a good meditative type preparatory song.
I won't do it too fast. I'll keep it kind of slow.
I just thought, I have no idea what it sounds like. I kind of get a little bit of reading music, but I don't know.
Okay.
Look at those people, Michael. Look at those people.
They'd be like that all day if you didn't ring the bell. It's great. In churches when I was a little kid, I went through this staunch, strict Catholic church.
Just like get on your knees, get back up, get on your knees, get back up, go up front and eat that nasty stuff with that grape juice and wine. It's supposed to, those hard little wafers, just, and he handles all of them. You don't know where them fingers have been, you know. I already talked about our abundance today. We have so much in every nomenclature that you could think of, every facet of life. Let's read together the affirmation of abundance, may we please? When we choose to give, if our gift is inspired by gratitude rather than obligation, we are manifesting the power of the divine and the spiritual principle of abundance. May we ponder that wisdom a moment, sir. What beautiful pondering music. Thank you very much, Michael. As we prepare ourselves for our practice, I found a new song in the Wings of Song, and Michael's going to play it through, and I just love the lyrics, and I saw it was mostly quarter notes, so it must mean it's not real fast. So it might make a good meditational introduction. So Michael, if you please.
Good morning, everyone. So there's always a beautiful tie-in with every element of our church services, and this new song, I have to say, the element that came to mind was mystery. Like, what am I singing and how? And that is actually what came through for today's practice as well. Because when I saw the draft that Pat sent out of the order of service and the theme of light that had emerged, the first thing that came to my mind was actually the mystical concept of the bright darkness. And if you haven't heard of this before, there's a number of mystics who've written of sort of an energy that they encounter in prayer and meditation that seems to have the quality of bright darkness. And I've tuned into this myself, and it feels like the deepest comfort, almost like the mother's womb. So I'm going to invite each of us to notice floating above our congregation a point of this bright darkness, where the light and the dark appear as one. There are a number of qualities that come through with this energy. One is mystery. Another is safety. In the same way that we can have no music without the context of silence, I believe there can be no light without the substrate of darkness. Each exists within the other as portrayed in the yin-yang symbol. And for our meditation today, we're going to tap into that. So from this diamond of bright darkness, floating above our space, in your mind's eye now, reach up and just touch into it. Notice if this energy has the ability to bring your mind into stillness, to ground you more fully into this present moment. choose to trust that this 0-point field represents your true nature. That which nothing can alter or in any way harm. This bright darkness contains all the noise of life, holds it in perfect stillness if we but tap into it. Take a few more moments to tap into this bright darkness, which is always holding us. And so it is. Namaste.
Okay, a little quiz here. Do you remember when I said that Kelly has always been a wonderful source of wisdom and inspiration? Does anybody remember me saying that this morning? Okay, well, I have proof of that. Turn your order of service over. Look on the back. We're going to read this together. It's called We Need a New Virus, one that affects all mankind. Together, please. Just the touch of a hand, the breath of a spoken word, our thoughts conveyed throughout this land. No one immune. It engulfs the body as it spreads like fire till all are in tune. The virus is the cure. No one left out. No person forgotten. No soul left unpure. The symptoms abound. Love, kindness, sympathy, compassion, unselfishness. Throughout the land it resounds. Susan Johnson wrote this after she was inspired a few weeks ago when Kelly did the meditation when Natalie was gone 1 week. We never know, my friends, how our words and our posture affect other people, what they might inspire. I wonder if the telemarketers know that they inspire me to slam my cell phone down. They do. And they're no different than each one of us. When we have interaction with another person, or when we walk into the room, what inspirational energy are we manifesting in that space? We just never know unless we're aware. We walk around kind of just in a haze, in a daze, going through the motions of living. And if we gave it some thought, maybe we could do some lighting up of this pretty dark planet. Maybe we could inspire someone who was feeling crummy to actually feel like smiling. Or maybe feeling like coming over and helping us do something nice for that guy down the street that broke his leg, can't mow his yard. Maybe we'd go down and help him out. that little light, that presence within each one of us, we all have the power to actually change the entire world. As we change the consciousness or the mood or offer a hand to someone who didn't have the wherewithal to get something done, we've changed the look and the consciousness and the feel of the entire world. Maybe just that much, but it's changed, and it's our fault. For the good or the not so good. I forget the title. I'm going to read the title of my talk this morning. The smallest light can illuminate the way for entire societies. I had a strange thing happen. Wednesday I went to yoga, and that's a fun thing. And my yoga teacher is a classical singer. She used to come here, and we're going to start it up again and put on classical concerts with a bunch of other classical singers. And Kelly remembers we used to have a night in Italy and a night in France and a night in Germany. We'd have a dinner in the hall and come over and listen to a German classical program, or an Italian, or French, or sometimes in English. And then we'd have dessert, and it was really nice. But anyway, Krista, she said, "Pat, you may want to come tomorrow, but I'm in a concert. I'm singing over at the hall right next to, just south of Green Music Center, the next hall over. I forget the name of it. What? Yeah, that's the one. And it's at 5:30, and it's free. But she said it's rather unique in that we are singing the music and playing, there's an orchestra, of 12 composers who were killed, murdered in the camps in the Holocaust. My friend Sylvan Eidelman, who is Jewish, who is a violinist, whose mother was the first chair cellist in the Chicago Symphony, he went with me. The very first song was a cello solo. Wow. And as it went through, they had videos of, some of the videos were made as propaganda for the Nazi, to see how much fun they have at their camps. And the music that these composers created in the darkest place in the world, they knew their future. They may not have, the first ones that went in to take a shower maybe didn't, but after that, everybody knows your fate. You either survive or you don't, probably not. But yet these composers, I'm going to go through the list here in a moment. These composers wrote that music and played it for the people in the camps. And that music, it wasn't a spoken word, it was a passion, it was an emotion, it was a light of unique intensity that gave those people in the darkest dark of a life experience a little bit of light to see tomorrow, if tomorrow was to come for them. I've been to a lot of concerts. I used to, when I was prosperous and affluent in San Francisco, I had a box at Davies Symphony Hall every year. And I've seen a lot of beautiful music. I don't think I have ever heard Krista sound more beautiful than she did the other night. The orchestra was about 15 or 20 pieces. Sylvan and I both just sat there and we wept, and our mouths were hanging open. It was really, truly an experience. And I wonder, here's something we should kind of think about when we spread our little light, we do our little thing. We don't know the long-term effect. These people that died from the ages 60 to 20 that were murdered had no idea that music they composed and wrote and shared would bring people to tears and make people feel hopeful and understand the power of music and the light of music in 2022. They could not have guessed that. This little thing called light. I'm going to read these names. It's amazing. Some of them I'll get not right, maybe. Ilsa Weber, 1903 to 1944. James Simone, 1880 to 1944. Oh. Gideon Klein, 1919 to 1945. 26 years old. Rudolf Carrel, 1880 to 1945. Karel Svenk, 1917 to 1945. Victor Kohn, 1901 to 1944. Victor Ullmann, 1898 to 1944. Hans Krasse, 1899 to 1944. Karel Berman, 1919 to 1944. 25. Egon Ledick, 1889 to 1944. Robert Duber, 1922 to 1945. 23 years old. I've seen war firsthand, been there. I can't imagine how people hung on to their humanity in those camps. I can't imagine. But maybe these composers understood the magic light that helped each other hold on to humanity. Tonight I'm looking forward to watching television at 8 o'clock. There's a show called The U.S. and the Holocaust, something like that, America and the Holocaust at 8 o'clock. There's always been violence, and there have always been people slaughtered. In the Second World War, like 10 million Russians were killed. We humans just do that to each other. But I think what is unique about the Holocaust is the fact that there was no battle. And yes, 6 million, I don't know how many for sure, nobody does, I think, were killed. But what interests me is the ones who survived, like the prisoners of war that survived. What was that light? What was that inspiration that gave them the fortitude, the courage to take their next breath, to eat that last live cockroach. Whatever it took to stay alive, what gave them that inspiration? Could it be to the millions of people that survived the camps in Europe? Could it have been this music? I think very well it could have been. I hope we will all today think a little bit about what light are we sharing with humanity. We have the power within us to change this world, one little act of kindness or compassion at a time. One smile, one little $5, one little hamburger, one little stand and help and serve at a food line. What is the brightness? What kind of light are we sharing as we spring gazelle-like and go tripsy-trapsy down the roads of life? I hope we will all give that some serious thought. We are evolving here at Church of the Oaks. We're for years, we talked about spirit, and we sat here on Sundays and were warm and fuzzy and felt good, and we loved each other and hugged and drank coffee together. But here a while back, we actually started doing some more serious inner work and began really taking a closer look at ourselves. And what is our potential? What is our possibility in our own life? We impact people every day. We don't even know it. We aren't aware of it. Perhaps we should be. Perhaps we should be more conscious of when I walk down the street. What do people see? In my case, they should probably giggle. I'm fun to watch. When I talk, what do they hear? They hear a grumpy old man? Sometimes. Do they hear somebody that truly gives a damn about humanity? Sometimes. And I think I need to be more aware of what people see when they look at me, what people feel when I'm in the same room with them, what people hear when I speak. How does it affect them? Does it inspire them, or does it make them disgusted? And I can do both very well. We all can. We're all alike, folks. We're all just human beings. We have all the wherewithal within us to be very sweet or very nasty. And we prove it all the time. But I think if we spend time thinking about our consciousness, where we're at, what we're saying, what light are we casting? Is it bright or is it kind of foggy? Or do we just shut it off? I think when I was picking out quotes, is there a quote in here somewhere about, oh yeah, we cannot dim another person's light without first extinguishing our own. That's profound. I've thought about that for a very long time. When we want to put somebody else's light out and shut them down, we actually hurt ourselves first. We detach from humanity when we do that. We detach from the harmony that's within us, that came from the factory within us. "12 composers murdered, some in their 20s. I think the oldest one was 64. I don't think they could have imagined how bright their little lives, their little bits of music, what effect it had on humanity. Not only the people in the camps, but the people that music helped get through that experience and then went on and had children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. What effect. They had little newsreels, little films about each one of these composers. And one of them had made ink and wrote, he couldn't get staff paper, wrote his music on toilet paper. It was that necessary within them to share this light. How many of us have that courage, that desire, that drive? I'll tell you, every one of us, if we care to use it. Every one of us, it's in there. So our assignment is look at ourselves. What light are we casting? How bright is it? Let's affirm that. Let's stand up and sing, "This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. And let it shine, and let it shine for all time."
It's